Hi, it's Darnell with Wave Oven Recipes. Today, I'm going to be doing a recipe where I cook up some wings raw from frozen in the Ninja Foodi dual heat air fry oven. So we see how it does cooking up some wings straight from frozen right now. And so here I have 13 fully frozen raw organic chicken wing sections. And I'm basically going to, since they were kind of stuck together from being frozen, I'm just kind of separating them a little bit to, make sure that they're not all stuck together when being cooked. So there might be a couple that stay stuck, but for the most part we've got them all separated. And so now for my ingredients, going to keep it very simple. Got some extra light olive oil. I'm going to be cooking at a pretty high temp, and this oil, Lord willing, won't get too smoky, and so hoping it won't really go rancid on me, but we'll be cooking at a very high temp, so we'll see how that goes. But this extra light olive oil is able to withstand higher temps. Also have myself some Old Bay lemon and herb seasoning that I'll be using on the wings. So first, I'm going to get a light coating of oil on the wings. So I'm going to cover them pretty well with the oil. Just kind of move them all around the oil. And after getting them all oiled up pretty good, I'm just going to sprinkle the seasoning all over both sides of these wings. Now that things have been well oiled and seasoned up, I have the sear plate on the bottom rack of the Ninja Foodi dual heat air fry oven, and you can't put like the air fry basket and a sear plate underneath to catch drippings at the same time. So for something like this, you just have to use the sear plate and make do with it. So I'm getting all the wings placed on the sear plate, trying to leave some good room between, with the exception of a couple that are still kind of frozen together, and we'll have to get them separated later. So got them all in, slide that in there and close up and turn the cooker on, and I'm going to set the cooker over to air fry, and I'm going to up the temperature all the way up to 450, the max. And the cooking time, we're going to try 35 minutes. Lord willing, that'll work. Maybe we'll need more. Maybe we'll need less. With the sear plate, I'm seeing if, maybe that plays a role or factor in things getting done a little faster. I could do up to 45 minutes, but maybe 35 will be enough. We'll see. But we're going to hit start, and it does a quick preheat, like maybe 60 seconds or so, and then it starts cooking. So I'll just bring you back in a bit, and we'll get the wings flipped when it's time to flip them over. Alright, I'm 17 and a half minutes in. My smoke alarm started to act up because there was a good bit of smoke starting to pump out of the cooker, as you can see. But I'm flipping things over, and I guess when you do this, you may not want to use oil at all. I think even, and I know some of you like that avocado oil or whatever, but still, at this level of heat, most any oil is going to start smoking, getting this high up. All of them have a little trouble tolerating when you get up this high with the cooker. So you may want to try with no oil at all, or I guess if you want to try with a high smoke point oil, be ready to still deal with some smoke. So, gonna let this continue to cook. The extra light, sorry about that, the extra light olive oil does handle pretty high smoke point, just like an avocado oil or other high smoke point oils. Extra light olive oil is up there in that ranking. So you can go with no oil, or if you use oil, like I said, you might get the smoke situation, as you've heard. It didn't really set the alarm off crazy, but it did get to a point where I had to mute it to stop it. And now that I flip things over, I'm still getting some smoke, but maybe not too much. We'll let things cook for a while, and I'll bring you back. So things have been cooking for 30 minutes. I'm going to pause them now and do a check because we might be done. I haven't had any further smoke issues after flipping things over. And as far as that's concerned in the oil, I will say that if you don't use an oil, you could try putting some water on and then really quickly, yeah, they're real hot. Wow, 200. 30 minutes. Wow. I mean, they're cooked really done. And that's just 30 minutes, which means we could have probably stopped much sooner than this. But you see them, they're done, not even 30 minutes, and they were done. So going to get these off, and you can see the underside there, the top side of one. They're really, really well cooked. So you could probably try, you know, check them after 20 minutes. See how they look after 20. Maybe they'll need 20, 25 minutes. But 30, you're definitely going to be done in 30. I'll set that one there for taste test purposes. That's pretty good and pretty quick. But you could try putting a little water on and then quickly sprinkling your spices on, but if you use water, you know, it's going to dry up pretty fast. Using oil, it allows the seasonings to stick easy, but you don't want your... The smoke means that your oil has gone rancid. That's not a good thing for your health. So probably best not to use oil and just do it without and see how things go for you without oil. But that's pretty good. I'm going to let this cool down and then we'll go ahead and do our taste test. I will say that, you know, any oil you use your preference. It's just my preference, extra light olive oil for high temps. Why I don't use avocado oil, my own personal reasons. But use what you want, or if you do or you don't, that's up to you. And I'll leave that there, and I'll bring you back for the taste test in a moment. So finished wings faster than expected. And so thank God for these wings, and let's do a taste. Okay, the wing tastes good, seasoning tastes good. It's not totally dried out, but it's not like a moist type of a bite. It's like a hard fried type of a bite. So it turned out well. You can cook to the time of your preference. You see how it turns out with just 30 minutes, and you want to consider your oil and potential smoke issues as well. So it all turned out good. And so this cooker can cook up your stuff using air fry faster than many other cookers would, faster than many air fryers would. You do have to use the sear plate because you are going to have the drippings and you can't have the air fry basket and the sear plate at the same time. But cooking on that sear plate, doing an air fry type of cook, turns out pretty nice. Doing some wings, I mean, they're like hard fried. They're like hard fried. And that's pretty cool. Now, in the video description, there are lots of ways to help this channel. You can see the Wave Oven Recipes cookbook. You can find other things like memberships and other things like that regarding supporting Wave Oven Recipes. And make sure that you're seeing this video on the Wave Oven Recipes channel and not somewhere else, because nobody else should be showing these videos except Wave Oven Recipes right here. So, with all of that said, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe, hit that notification icon, and good eating.